Hey, and welcome to my journey. Today's video, we're going to talk about a challenge of getting back on track and staying on track in this new year. Now, I'm filming this before weigh-in, and you're seeing it after weigh-in, so you will have already seen my weigh-in if you watch those videos. So you will know if I gained or lost. I told you last week, I'm not giving you numbers because I don't think it's fair to me while this stuff is on my legs. And if there is still any swelling in that leg, or even this one for that matter, I mean, it's still producing a whole lot of liquid. When they take it off, it's obvious. But so I don't think it's fair to me to use numbers, even though I put them in my tracker to keep a going, thing. But you will have already heard if I gained or I lost, because I don't know what Christmas damage I did. I don't know. I feel for certain there was some sort of damage done. I just do, because I had some partying activities with the food. I ate things that were sugary, and I ate more things than I should have. So, matter of fact, in our dice game where everybody had to bring something, it just so happened that I won candy and David won candy. And two of my favorite candies that you can get at Christmas, Andy's Thin Mints and box chocolates. It was Russell Stover's, where you don't never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates. So I would go over there and get one. I'm like, nope, this ain't happening. So I put the chocolates were like in a oblong rectangular tin. I put the whole tin in the freezer, and I put it was the Andy's Thin Mints and the peppermint bark, both of them in the same package. So I just put them in a baggie, put them in the freezer. Now, yes, I will eat them frozen if I get desperate, but so far, out of sight, out of mind. I didn't want to throw them away. I can still have a treat if I want a treat, but I was making them not be a treat. They were going to become a habit of, they were sitting on the bar, so just walk by and get you one. That's what I used to tell y'all about when I would have desserts. If there was a cake, if I made a cake and it was sitting on that bar, you can bet every time I walked past there, I'd get some. Whatever it was, if it was a dessert that you could leave sitting out, not put in the fridge, if I walked past it, I was getting some of it. So me and sugar, if I go back down that road, because I kicked the sugar, and this is the biggest telltale of all, when I kicked sugar out of my coffee a couple years ago. That was a huge step. And when I had went low carb back last year, I guess it was, I quit sugar. So while I don't eat sugar regularly, put sugar in front of me, I'm going to eat it. It's like dangling a carrot in front of a horse. I mean, he's going to go for it. He's still a horse. He's not completely lost his mind. He knows what that carrot is, and he likes it. So that's me. Put that sugar in front of me, especially if it's encased with some chocolate all up on it. Then I don't have 100% willpower over it. If it's out of my sight, out of my mind, I don't think about it. Like, sit around obsessed about what kind of sugar am I going to eat? Am I going to get some sugar? Am I going to get some kind of sweets? I need a cookie. I need a cake. So at least that part, I've fought that demon. And for the most part, I have won that battle. It'll rear its head up sometimes, like Christmas. It reared its head up, and I was, picking on the sweets, all the things I made and stuff like that. But that was a special occasion. So anyway, what we're here for is, if y'all are interested in doing a challenge with me, I was looking for a document. I don't remember what I was looking for on my laptop in here, and I come across something. I'm like, what is that? It didn't ring a bell. It was MNG something is what I named it. I'm like, let me see what that is. Do y'all remember, not this past November, the November before, when we were starting to head into the holidays, we did a challenge. The Maintain Not Gain challenge. Y'all remember that? And the first 2 weeks we called Hit It Hard, because we were hitting it hard. We picked our things. I even, on my website, if you go to miscellaneous, the Maintain Not Gain, there is the spreadsheet that you can print out, and you can manipulate. As long as you can open it in a Word document, I use OpenOffice. You can manipulate it and change anything you need to change and print it out. And it's yours, you're personalized for you. Well, I got to thinking, you know what? And what popped into my head, and y'all going to laugh, but I can't help it, is lose, not snooze. I don't even know where that came. I was sitting back here playing in my junk journal, in my Christmas junk journal. Listen, I'm getting my pictures put in there, so it won't be too much longer. I'll have it finished. And I said, we need to lose, not snooze. So guess what our challenge is called? It is the Lose, Not Snooze challenge. Who's with me? Raise your hand. Let me see. Raise your hand. Okay, we all need to be challenged. Whether you want to print out this spreadsheet and do your little check marks, that's up to you. If you want to keep a mental note of it, if you want to just write it down in your own little notebook, however you want to do it. If you want to get on board with me to get ourselves in the position of success starting out the new year, then I urge you to join me. We're going to lose this weight. And y'all know, unless you're super duper new, that I had gastric bypass surgery on October the 4th of this year, because we're still in 2022 right now. And it was not a magic pill. I've told y'all that. We talk about it all the time. It's not a magic pill. There was not somebody just put the key in and turned it on, and all of a sudden I become this big fat burning machine. Not that. Somebody programmed in the right code, and I stopped craving food. Nope, that didn't happen. Somebody wound me up. I don't get hungry. That didn't happen. So I'm still fighting the same battle now that I was fighting before the surgery. The only part that's helping me, and it is helping, especially since I found out from the dietitian that I could eat more food than I was eating. I was selling myself short. I was shortchanging myself on food. That's why I was starving all the time, because I literally was starving. I mean, obviously, look at me. I'm not starving. You know what I mean. I was so hungry all the time because I was not eating enough food. And so when she told me that, and now I know I can have things, like today I sat back here and ate a little cup of carrots, raw carrots. I just sat back here and munched on them carrots while I was doing my, working on my menu and stuff like that. We're going to talk about that. Let me pull it up here so I don't forget about it. You probably already seen it. We went into in depth because tomorrow is menu plan. So you will have already seen that video as well. So maybe I went into depth on that video. Maybe I did not. Otherwise, we're going to go into it now in a minute. So when I found out I could have more food at a time, and then extra food if I was still hungry, it's made all the difference in the world. But the one thing that I've told y'all time and time again that has changed for me, that does help me, is that fear of getting sick from eating too much. That now I had that happen Christmas Day. We got Chinese food, and I was gonna be mindful over the way I ate it. I was going to have Chinese food for my Christmas Day because, it was just me and David. And I got what I always get. Sesame chicken with lo mein. Sugar and carbs right there. But I wasn't going to overdo it. I was going to take it nice and easy. Nice and slow. It didn't happen. I started eating too fast. And I wasn't chewing properly. Let me write that down. Hold on. I got my list of things I need to work on. I need to add that. And so I ate too fast and did not chew my food good enough, and I got sick. I didn't lose it, but boy, it was this close. I was miserable. Let me just tell you, miserable. So there is that will that has not happened to me because I don't push the envelope like that. But I did that day. I was just so hungry, and I was so excited to have Chinese food because I hadn't had it since before surgery, and I was just so thrilled to get it. I didn't know what to do. That I lost control of my senses, and I went at it too hard, and so that won't be happening again. Trust me. But so that stopped me, and then the fear of when I eat regular of overdoing it stops me from going farther. Save that time because that was a different experience all in itself. But on the everyday eating, it keeps me from eating more or too much at one time. That fear of dumping syndrome, I just don't want that to happen. So that is a tool. Those are tools. Now I will say I do have more episodes of feeling full, not all the time, trust me, not all the time, than I did before. And I think that's because I can eat more food now than I could, that I actually have that feeling of fullness. And I'm learning now when the dietitian, she told us like every visit, we want you to learn to stop before you feel the pressure, and I found out what that is. When I'm eating my breakfast in the morning, like the other morning, I was eating liver mush and eggs, and I just had 2 pieces of liver mush and 2 scrambled eggs. To me, that's a good sized breakfast. And I ate my liver mush, I ate my eggs, back and forth, and I got to the point to where, oh, I felt it right there, that I couldn't even finish the liver mush or the eggs. So I stopped and I threw that away. And that happened to some other, something else I was eating. I feel like, am I just now growing into my tummy? The pouch that they gave me, am I just now figuring it out? Is it just now letting me know it's there? I don't know. It's crazy. But what I was saying was I still have the same struggles and the same battles as I did before. They didn't go away. They just did not magically disappear or magically get better or magically iron themselves out. It just did not happen. So when I saw that maintain not gain challenge, I thought, we've got to have a new one for the new year. I'm sure other people are going to do them because it's a common thing. I've not heard of any right off the bat, but other YouTubers you watch may have a challenge. I don't know. There ain't no law says you can't be in more than one challenge. Some of it may even overlap because in the diet world, in the lifestyle world, whatever you want to call it, to me it's a diet, there's the same things overlap. I mean, when you're trying to lose weight, there are certain things that are the same regardless of what plan you're doing. So that would be the same regardless of what challenge you're doing. So if there's more than one out there, join more than one. I mean, you know. I didn't print one of my papers out, but I did write down here that these are the things I need to work on. And probably because it was the second, I looked on my list over here, it's pretty much the same list that I had a year ago, a year before surgery. So it's the same, but honest tracking and just tracking period is one for me because I have a hard time tracking. I hate it. Y'all know I hate it. It is like the bane of my existence. I despise. I wish I wouldn't mind writing it down in a notebook. I really would, because I like writing. I like messing with paper. Why do you think I do junk journals? I like messing with paper. I've been sitting back here working on my menu and micromanaging myself. I said we would talk about that. We'll get about that in a minute. Because I like fiddling with papers. That's why I liked my job as a mortgage loan processor so much, because we had one of those little rubber thumbs. I got one back here. Hold on, I dropped my paper. And what we did all day long was flick through papers, because you had to have everything in the entire universe under the sun documented to get these people a home. So we would just flick papers all day long. And I loved it. I love flicking papers. I love messing with papers. I love hearing papers rattle. I love rattling papers. I guess maybe that's why I like notebooks so much. Y'all know I have a notebook problem. And I love, in just my composition books that I do, I don't say, you would think I would save them so I could go back and look at them. I have one in there that I have saved for some reason, and I keep saving it and I don't get rid of it. But all my ones ever since I just throw away. I do all my menu planning. If I make notes to talk to y'all about something, if I do any kind of anything, I keep a composition book, and then when it's filled up, I throw it out and I get me a new one. So that's why I buy them big ones when I find them out, on sale somewhere. But this tracking, if I knew in my head, because I don't count points now, so I don't have to know points. But if I knew in my head the calories and the protein and the carbs of everything I put in my mouth, I would gladly write it in a book and just write it in a book. But I have to put it, especially if it's a recipe, I have to go into Healthy, because I use the Healthy app, build the recipe, and then you can know how much. So when I sit back here making my menu, I have to put all my new recipes, if they're not already in there, I have to put them in Healthy, so then I can figure out what my stats are on that food. I don't have it memorized how much chicken is, which, what good does it do me if I did memorize it, if half of it's in Healthy and half of it's on paper? I got to have it all in the same place. So Healthy is the one that makes the most sense to me, is the one that is Healthy as in an app instead of paper. Makes the most sense to me because that's where everything is contained. So not just honest tracking, which is putting down, all your food. It's just tracking, period. So probably I should just lose the honest part, just put tracking. This is the one that's going to get me. Move. Now, I don't mean packing up my belongings and moving down the road. I mean getting my butt in gear and doing some exercise. I go to the doctor, the surgeon, January the 12th. He's going to burn me a new one. I'm already geared up for it. I'll tell you I am. He's going to look at how much weight I've lost, and he's not going to like that. I can tell you right now, he's not going to like it. But my body tells a different story. My body tells a story different from the scale. So he'll just have to take it. I mean, there ain't nothing I can do about it. You know what I'm saying? What I lose between now and then, that'll add to it. But I'll just have to take my licks and keep on ticking, just like a Timex. So I've got to move. I didn't do it today. I've got to eat all my protein. I have been slacking in that part. I have been leaning, like I was saying last week, I've been leaning too much on carbs, but not necessarily too much carbs as in not enough protein, if that even makes sense. I've got to eat my protein. That's part of my micromanaging. Talk about it in a minute. Eating my veggies, because y'all know I hate my veggies. But I'm not, it's not like it was a year ago, like get them veggies in. The veggies now are after the protein, as opposed to a carb. Eat that veggie when you're hungry. That's what she told me, go for those non-starchy veggies. So I'm going to leave that one on there. Drink my water. they count all fluids. So if I drink coffee or tea all day long as I get in 64 ounces a day, then that is my fluids. But I want to drink water. I want to drink more water. And my cup's already empty. So I'm going to make sure I have a thing of water with me back here, up there beside my chair at all times. Then the ones I just wrote down. Chew your food, girl. You don't have to lap it up like it's the last thing going to make. You can actually sit there and chew it. I have trouble in that department. I'm just used to just nom, swallow. Next bite. I know some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. My way of, I don't eat like a pig. I don't have bad table manners. But I don't take my time and chew my food and put my fork down and sit there and then pick my fork up and take another bite. I don't do that. I need to. And then slow down. That's part of it. I got to slow down. I'm used to just getting in there, eating, getting it through, and be done. I've got to take my time. I need to look at eating as an event. You know, they say don't make eating like this big, sport, fun pastime. There's a word I'm looking for. I know y'all know what I'm trying to say, but maybe we should. Maybe just the act of eating itself should be a sport, and we should excel at that sport. And in that sport, we need to slow down. We need to chew. We need to take our time, not just running through like a marathon, just like a truck driver, like David. He just gets in there and does what he's got to do, and he's done. He eats and he's done because he's got things to do. So those are the things on my list. Now, what I was telling you about micromanaging myself, I told David that this morning. I said, because I had already done my menu, and it was just straight up menu. Okay, here's what I'm having for breakfast and lunch and suppers and all this and that. I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna, and I had already told myself, before I started on this lose not snooze, I've got to calculate my protein. Whatever I plan to eat, whatever's on the menu, I've got to know those totals. That way, if it's not enough, I know what I need to add. And if it's too many carbs, I know don't add any carbs. If there's the calories are teetering here or there, which none of my calories are just, oh my gosh, what I have planned. The calories are nothing. They're nothing. I could lose weight. If I could go back to my pre-op diet, I think I could lose weight. Because y'all know how much I lost with that. Unheard of. The difference between that diet and this diet is the quantity of food. I can't eat the same quantity of food. That one week when salads was my lunch, I could have a nice big bowl of salad with the chicken and the egg, whatever I wanted to put on it. But now I'm limited to, so much food that I can't just have like that big, nice chef salad. After I eat my protein, yes, I can eat some more vegetables, but I can't eat that much. I mean, because there just is not room for it. So I started putting everything. I'm going to show you. And when I say I micromanage myself, I mean it. I put what I'm having for breakfast, the calories, the protein, the carbs. Lunch, same thing. Supper, same thing. So then I have a total. I'm going to give you, okay, we'll just go over Tuesday. If you heard this on my menu plan, just ignore it. So this is next Tuesday. Not this Tuesday a week. I'm having my breakfast bowl that I prep. 240 calories, 17 proteins, and 6 carbs. Taco soup for lunch, 237 calories, 21 proteins, 5 carbs. Lazy lasagna for supper, 287 calories, 17 proteins, 32 carbs. That's my high carb day right there, just because there's noodles in it. Total, 764 calories, 55 proteins, and 43 carbs. So that's not even 1,000 calories. And the nutritionist, dietitian, I don't know what she prefers to be called. They've referred to them as both. She said, we can't really pin down what's a good calorie amount for everybody. You just kind of have to, go with your own personal self. When I started losing was when I upped my calories, because now granted, my calories were under 1,000 or under that 2-week pre-op, but it slowed down. Y'all know it slowed down, 5-6 weeks? And then when I upped my calories those few days, that 1 week, that's when I lost that. I think it was 8 pounds, if I remember correctly. So I have room for more calories. 55 proteins, that's not enough. I'm going to have to add something else to it, because I need to hit at least between 70 and 100 grams of protein a day. So I'm going to have to add some protein there somewhere. And then 43 carbs. I need to keep it under 50. So carbs are good. That's the highest, by far the highest carb day the whole week. Because like I said, I put noodles. Normally I have these things separated out, and the carb goes to David. And if I want anything, I'll take a spoonful of it or whatever. But like if I have cream potatoes, those are his. They're not mine. So that would be in my total. But you see, now I know on Tuesday, those are my totals. And so I know where I need to go and what I can or cannot add to that day's worth of food. So that is, even though it is more work involved, and I don't want to be, well, you know what? I won't even say that. I was going to say I don't want to be tied to this the rest of my life, but I like paperwork. I like doing paperwork. I just always have. I think that's where Holly gets her love of playing school and doing stuff like that from. She gets it honest. I liked doing stuff like that when I was in school. I like paperwork. I like busy work. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. So maybe I would like to be tied to this. But it is a nice feeling knowing every day what I have planned. If I eat what I have planned, I know where to go from there. And so that is my micromanaging meal plan. I wouldn't expect y'all to go that far. That's totally up to you. You don't even have to meal plan. I highly recommend it, because knowing that you have what you're going to eat and you don't go scrounging is a big plus, big bonus, a big help when you're trying to lose weight. Because if you're anything like me, if you are left to scrounge, it's not going to be pretty. I am sitting here holding on to tons of scrounging pounds. Y'all know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what I thought we would do. And I thought we would start at Monday the 2nd, because my New Year's Day dinner, I'm going to eat it. Now, I'm not going to scarf it down like I did that Chinese that I was so excited to get. But I am going to have a little bit of everything for my New Year's Day dinner, because that is a Southern tradition. It is my tradition, and I'm not willing to give it up. Just because I'm trying to lose weight don't mean I have to give up my whole entire lifestyle to do it. One day, one Southern traditional meal for the New Year's is not going to make or break me. Now, if I did it every single day, and every single day was a good Southern tradition, yummy, yummy, yummy meal, then I'm not going to get anywhere. But regardless of the weight loss journey we're on, we still have a life to live. How many times have I told y'all that? How many times have I told y'all? Even if it sets us back, Christmas set a bunch of us back. And I haven't weighed yet, and I know it. That I'm not by myself, and y'all are not by yourself. Christmas has set a bunch of us back. But that don't mean we can't bounce back and get right back on where we're supposed to be. That's what this challenge is all about. So I want to start at Monday. Even though my menu's planned starting for Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, which is tomorrow, which was last Wednesday when you're seeing this. Gets confusing when you film and put it up different days and all this and that and talk about stuff in between. But I thought Monday, and which is funny because when I was looking at the Maintain Not Gain, we started that on a Monday. I don't know why, but we did. It was in the middle of November. So if you want to join the challenge, let me know down below. Tell me I'm in. Give me a thumbs up. You can even put in your comment the things that you want to work on. I will put this Lose Not Snooze challenge worksheet up on my website where you can go save. You can download the file, save it to your computer and play with it. Change it around however you want to change it. Print it out. Put your little check marks on. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get mine printed out and put it in here. I'm going to put it in yonder. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it somewhere. I'm going to do my checks every day. When I did what I was supposed to do, I'm going to give myself a check for it. So if you need a community behind you, that's what we are here for. I'm not up here by myself. I got all y'all lovely ladies in my corner. And oh my gosh, it's like, it's awesome. So I'm not in it together because I know y'all are there, and y'all are not in it together because y'all can go down in my comments and talk to one another, congratulate one another on victories, on things that you accomplished. Give each other encouragement. If you see somebody struggling and they're telling you, I struggle with this, that, and that, give them encouragement. Don't be afraid. I'm telling y'all this. If you don't want somebody to comment on your comment, then don't comment. Don't put yourself out there, because I'm telling y'all that you can talk to anybody on my comment section that you want to talk to. I'm giving you permission. You're not going to look like a stalker, like, oh, why is she stalking? Why is she reading what I wrote? Because Kim said I could, and guess what? I'm kind of a big deal. So, get together as a community and cheer each other on, and definitely encourage me. Y'all encourage me all the time, and I need it. Y'all don't know. Listen, if it wasn't for this YouTube channel, I'd have done quit. I believe it. I don't have to even guess about it. I know about it. I'd have done quit. I'd have done give up. So that's what we are going to do. We're going to challenge ourselves to lose, not snooze. Because when you fall asleep on the job, you don't get nothing accomplished. So that is it for today. I guess we'll start Monday. And so I don't know when we're going to do our chat and hauls. So if that'll be the same day every week, I'll decide what day I want our challenge update check-in to be. And I'll let you know on some other video in between, or it'll just pop up and you'll know, one or the other. So if you want to join in, like I said, let me know down below. Everybody get together, encourage one another. Let's do this thing. Let's get ourselves on track. Let's start 2023 off with a bang and get this job done. We've all got goals to accomplish. That losing weight is the way we're going to accomplish it. There are things that we have to do, things that we need to do, things that need to happen that will only happen if and when we lose this stinking weight. And that's what we're going to do. So, all right. Well, I know y'all are seeing this Friday. Knock on wood, that's the day I plan for it to be up. So after this, if you're seeing this Friday, then you'll see me tomorrow on Saturday for meal prep. And I got 2 new recipes? Nope. 1 new recipe, 1 oldie, but a goodie. Low carb. Both of them are low carb. So anyway, well, that's all for me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.